Hello everyone and welcome to the latest episode of SUGTalks. I'm Craig Dale, your host, and together with our special guests we'll take a deep dive into the topics, challenges and opportunities facing SAP users today. Please make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss any of our future episodes. I'm deeply honoured today to be joined by Thomas Saueressig.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely fantastic having you. Thomas is member of the executive board of SAP for customer services and delivery. So today we're going to be discussing Thomas's role, the customer services and delivery board area of SAP, and how SAP is seeking to deliver long-term value for its customers. So welcome, Thomas.
Thanks.
And just before we drop into that main discussion, I'd just like to ask you, if I may, what's your favourite coffee-related drink?
I'm actually indeed a coffee enthusiast, I have to admit. But I have to say, in the morning time, I would definitively prefer a good cappuccino. But in the afternoon, actually, sometimes also good espresso. So certainly, coffee is a favourite topic of my life.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I'm probably the opposite. I like an espresso in the morning before I do any exercise. However, I'll swap in the afternoon stroke early evening from a cappuccino to an espresso martini. If I'm here.
And actually, cappuccino is fitting well to SAP. I'm not sure if you know that, but if you do an espresso, you have 14 different variables to configure the taste of an espresso. So certainly if you think about our SAP systems, we also have quite some configuration capabilities.
Oh, wow, fantastic. I love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you very much for that, Thomas. I really appreciate it. So to get us started, could you give us a little bit of a background about yourself and your role, please?
Yeah, more than happy to do so. So yeah, I'm already 20 years with the company. Time flies, unbelievable. I started in the consulting of SAP, focusing on CRM back then in the days. And after roughly 40 implementation projects, I actually had the opportunity to go to the US, join the partner ecosystem team in Silicon Valley. Which was for sure amazing to, get a Silicon Valley, all the innovation spirit, everything firsthand. And then I moved back to the headquarters and served as executive board assistant of Gerd Oswald, who was the longest serving SAP executive board member, which was for me an amazing learning opportunity. And I fundamentally did my career in the IT function of SAP itself. Started then as a first-level manager in the IT organization, grew year by year the responsibility and became the global CIO of SAP in 2016 with all the responsibilities for our own internal business systems, where we clearly have the best ambition about being the best and first reference customer of ourselves in this case. And there I basically try to implement and integrated all of our acquired companies from SuccessFactors, Ariba, Concur, you name it. And that led actually to the point that in the end of 2018, Hasso Plattner, our founder, actually asked me to take over standard development. And I switched to product engineering and I consolidated all of the application development teams of the company. And also basically was appointed to the executive board of SAP in 2019. Fast forward now, 5.5 years later, I switched again the role to customer services and delivery, what you just also explained. So yeah, that's my time at SAP. Basically did all the various functions. The only thing which I was holding true, I never worried about the price list of SAP.
But you drank your own champagne, shall we say, by running it in-house as well. And, I think when I look at that and when we saw each other earlier this year at the Sujin meeting, I kind of mentioned that I saw you as the champion of the product, if you like, in your roles that you'd had previously, and now moving across to customer services and delivery board area, perhaps now moving to the champion of the customers. So what is the customer services and delivery board area, and how does that deliver value to customers, Thomas?
Yeah, that's a great question. And let me start with why we actually did the customer service and delivery board area before I explain what it is actually.
Okay.
Because the why I think is important. End of last year, we already saw a significant increase in our cloud revenue, and we clearly see that our customers are following the strategy with Rise with SAP and Grow with SAP and the likes, which is great. We see the growth in the cloud, and just again, if you think about the last quarter, Q3, we talk about 29% current cloud backlog growth on a 15.5 billion line item. So phenomenal growth, phenomenal strength. But, and that was important for us, it was clear we also need to help our customers to move to the cloud and to accelerate the move to the cloud. But not only for the cloud's sake, but actually to truly transform and help transform those companies and customers itself, and most importantly, adopt our innovations. And there, to a point, I was not only the champion of our products, but actually I have so much passion about the innovations this company is driving. And we talk about 6.5 billion R&D, which we use every single year to help our customers succeed. And then it was clear for us as a company, we need to establish an organization which is fully focused on the customer, helping the customer to adopt our innovations, to help them on their moves to accelerate these transformations. And that's something why we brought together CS&D. And now with CS&D, we brought together in simple terms all of services, all of customer support, all of cloud operations, and our security and sovereign cloud activities. For sure, in a more nuanced way, we talk about premium engagements like Max Attention. We talk about custom development, especially AI for our customers. We talk about sovereign clouds, like also in the UK. We just launched our sovereign cloud in the UK. So all of these activities we bring together. So fundamentally, once you sign a contract with SAP, everything which is delivered and served afterwards is basically in my organization coming together. And I'm still actually a champion of the product, because that's something where, from our understanding, for sure, we need to help our customers get the best value out of our products in this sense.
Oh, wonderful. So let's take this next question then that I have, perhaps as your midterm paper, so to speak. So from your perspective, how are customers' moves to S/4HANA and the cloud progressing as we get closer to the ECC maintenance deadlines?
Yeah. So I think actually, first of all, we see a tremendous growth in the numbers for S/4HANA in general, but for sure also in the cloud. I mean, in the meantime, we have more than 7,000 customers with Rise with SAP. And quite frankly, if we take the revenue of those customers, we already serve more than 32% of the global economy already with Rise with SAP. So it's a massive number. So you clearly see that the move is happening, and we see the numbers accelerating in that sense. Same actually with Grow with SAP. We fundamentally double our number of customers with Grow with SAP every year. So it's a massive growth rate in that sense. But, and I think that's the important but, we want to help our customers. We want to help our customers to do that more seamlessly, more easily, cheaper. And that's something where my area is for sure hyper focused in what are the methodologies, what's the tooling, what is the AI we can use to help accelerate those migrations. Because in the end of the day, the more accelerated and cheaper we drive these transformations, the more funding is available on the customer side for new innovations, to embrace new topics. And that's something what we want to enable from our end. And that's the reason why with the Rise with SAP methodology and the tooling associated with it, we want to really help drive that acceleration in the market. And we also don't stop here, because the reality is more than 95% of all of the implementation projects around the globe are run by partners. And that's the reason why we want to actively help our partners. We want to actively share the best practices with our partners, the tooling with our partners, that we can scale differently in the market. So that's for sure a clear ambition for us. And that's the reason why one of these examples, what we announced at Sapphire, was the Rise with SAP Validated Partner Program. It's just a further signal how we want to actively leverage the ecosystem to drive these migrations forward.
Oh, thank you. And have you noticed any geographical or sector-specific trends around that move to the cloud specifically?
I think we see on a global level a lot of interest in that sense, and a lot of acceleration. So I think there's on aggregate per region not a big difference, but I think it's fair to say clearly in APJ in the US, the people are more used to adopt new innovations, to try out new innovations. And for sure, if you think about Europe, UK, Germany, there's also more, let's say, topics where people do first a POC before they go into production. And we see in Europe specifically, if you think now about AI, a lot of POCs, a lot of interest for the topic. But for sure, if you think about real productive use, we clearly see in other markets also a further acceleration. And I hope, quite frankly, that in the UK and in Europe, in the EU, we see more acceleration also, quite frankly, to also increase the competitiveness of Europe in the entirety in this sense as well.
Thank you. Yes, I think from that perspective, and what we, bleeding edge is often a term thrown around in the UK. And I think a lot of customers think, right, let's see what others do first before we make the move. But hopefully, yeah, okay. I suppose we're not flying along like a Ferrari, but hopefully we're going a bit faster than a Citroen 2CV on the route of the cloud in the UK. So we talked about that supporting customers and helping customers on that journey. Has SAP got any specific plans to provide additional support to customers as they move on that journey to the cloud and the deadline approaches?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something we started beginning of 2024 already with launching the RISE with SAP modernization and migration program. And already in that program, we provide financial support, financial means to also appreciate customers who followed our strategy. So if a customer already went to S4HANA, which is clearly the strategy we embarked on, we give extra funding to help the customers move to the cloud. So we started with that program, and this program evolved into an entire methodology, which we launched at Sapphire, the RISE with SAP methodology. And here we have best practices, optimization of how to run these projects, best practice content, but also, quite frankly, we embedded all of that in tooling. And that's the reason we talk these days a lot about the so-called integrated tool chain for business transformations with our business transformation management suite. So basically, we want that customers can embrace these migrations in the right way. So to give you the context here, we fundamentally believe a transformation always follows 4 dimensions: the application side, the process side, the data side, and the people side. And here, our acquisition strategy is now also showing that we consequently followed this business transformation approach. We acquired Signavio for process management. We acquired LeanIX for the IT and application side of the house. We acquired WalkMe for the change management of the end users. And fundamentally, with cloud application lifecycle management and our BTP with our tooling to bring all of that together for our customers. And that's what we now embodied in the RISE with SAP methodology to leverage that tool chain to drive that change. We also, quite frankly, embedded the so-called clean core principles in Calm, in the tool chain, to help our customers to do the differentiating extensions on the business technology platform. Because while we want to keep the core clean and while we want to help our customers to standardize, we absolutely know that every customer is specific and individual and that has individual differentiation capabilities in their business operations. And that's the reason why this extensibility strategy is super important, but not just on PowerPoint, but actually embedded in the system and leveraging our tooling as well. So that's the second topic. And then we also invest in our customer with a new role, which we now want to scale to all RISE with SAP customers, the so-called enterprise architect. So basically, a resource from SAP, an engagement lead who guides you along the way in this transformation to the modular cloud suite of SAP fundamentally. And that's, you see, we want to be closer to the customer. We want to be more closely engaged. We want to have a systematic approach to drive business transformations. We help with financial means. And then for sure, one of the topics is also that if you think about the migrations, we have a dedicated program for AI, to use AI to accelerate migration steps, to accelerate testing and the likes. Because fundamentally, we want that our customers, as I mentioned, want to use the funding they have in IT for innovation. And that's something where we want to leverage AI strategically to support that activities as well.
Oh, thank you.
We know our community, but we don't know yours yet. Why not share the benefits of your UK&I SUG membership with those who don't know about us? The UK&I SUG referral scheme rewards you for helping to grow and develop our community. You can check out the link in the description to find out more about how you can get involved. Terms and conditions apply. We hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast.
And if I may just drop back on you mentioned there the migration modernisation programme, I think which is due to finish at the end of this year for obviously the first inkling, I'm hoping. Is there anything you can share perhaps with us on the future of that programme?
I think it's fair to say that as a company, and we mentioned that we don't want to leave any customer behind, for sure. We want to help our customers on the journey. And it's something where our customers always can trust on SAP. We want to help. For sure, we have such dedicated programs and funding mechanism. We also next year, for sure, we'll see what's the right approach for us as a company, what's the best means. But yeah, we want to help our customers together with us, because what is also important for me, and that's touching also some of the feedback we got from customers with regards to our cloud strategy and innovation strategy. We are a long-term partner, a trustful long-term partner. We know that an engagement with SAP is not for a 3-year contract or whatever in the cloud. We know that an ERP decision is a decade decision, because you roll it out, you want a return on investment. So we know that we as a company always play the long game and never the short game. And that's the reason why for us it's important to help our customers and to be a trusted partner along the way in this regards. And I think that will never change. Since 52 years, we show our customers that you can basically trust SAP, and we help them to maneuver through all the geopolitical tensions, macroeconomic challenges, new technologies. SAP was capable to reinvent itself multiple times for our customers, to help our customers. And I think the last transformation we did starting 2020 to now is proving that once more, that we significantly transformed the company in order to help our customers succeed in that sense.
I mean, we have certainly seen a definitive shift over the past 12 months in the increase in customers looking to move to RISE, etc. And you mentioned the huge investment into R&D that SAP is making on an annual basis. And as you know, and I think you touched on there, SAP long-term partner, and there's been obviously on-premise customers been using SAP for a lot of years. And as you know, there were some concerns, I think last year regarding the strategic cloud innovation strategy and how perhaps it might preclude them from being able to access certain future innovations. You also mentioned, that SAP is looking to how we can help customers go in. So I just wondered if we could discuss, how SAP is working with customers to alleviate those concerns.
Yeah, no, actually, that's a very important topic. To be honest, why did we, as a company, say we want to focus also with innovations in the cloud, and specifically, let's take AI, where we say AI will only work in the cloud. For us, it's clear, when we want to be a long-term partner, a long-term trusted partner, we need to bet on future-ready technologies and services in that sense. And that was the reason why we also said in the modular architecture which we have, building new applications on the business technology platform in a modular fashion, but ensuring a seamless experience and integration in the cloud is something SAP want to deliver with RISE with SAP. Coming back to the notion that RISE with SAP is not just a commercial model, it's the model that we have this ambition about business transformation, but also to ensure that in the cloud we get the seamless modular suite together as part of RISE with SAP. Having said that, we can now release new BTP-based applications basically as we speak, and can tightly integrate it with the core. This is exactly something where back when I was the CIO, I always said we need a modular architecture that we facilitate multiple speeds of innovation, because while I'm perhaps in a 5-year S4HANA program or 3-year S4HANA program, I still want to benefit from sustainability. I want to benefit from AI. I don't want to wait. And that's the reason why modular architectures based on a platform is exactly what gives CIOs this capability to drive quick acceleration. And now, for sure, the question is also about AI. Why is AI only available in the cloud for us? It's very simple. If you think about the technology advancements of AI, when ChatGPT launched end of 2022, that was the first kind of big revolution. But now, fast forward 1.5 years later, we all talk agents. So basically, AI is fast moving and fast evolving. And as soon as we would try with a Frankenstein architecture to integrate something back to on-premise, it will delay our innovation delivery capabilities. And we want to deliver these innovations as quickly as possible to our customers and not tell them, oh, we need 1 more year or 2 more years till the next S4 release comes out. And then we have a Frankenstein architecture integration to get some benefit out of that. We want to leverage the cloud to drive that. And also, when we talked already about agents, think about you have an agent from Concur, an agent from SuccessFactors, an agent from Ariba, and then you need to talk with the agent down the basement in your corner with an on-premise implementation. That will not work in a fast-moving world where agents across the world and across partners and non-SAP agents need to get topics done. And there you see already the technology advancements. What is also a topic which is sometimes misunderstood is the opportunity in the cloud we have, because it's a service which we deliver to our customers. And now think about our RISE with SAP customers. If we in 2 or 3 years from now, I don't know when, we basically can also exchange the HANA on-premise database with HANA Cloud. And then automatically you get the vector engine. And with the vector engine, you can think differently about grounding and embeddings with AI into the mix. So if you think all of that construct, it's clear, if you want to deliver these innovations to the customer, the cloud is the only vehicle to get that together in that sense in this regard. So that's the reason why, in order to be the innovation maker for our customers, and that we can do that, we basically took the purposeful decision to say we do that in the cloud to have more speed to help our customers embrace that conversations in that sense. And then coming back to your other point, how quickly we see the move to S4HANA, you also see that sometimes it's pure emotional topic, because some of the ECC customers anyway by default could not embrace AI if they're in the cloud or on-premise. So you clearly see, first thing first, let's get the innovation going, let's do the upgrades, let's get to the cloud, get to the latest releases, and then also the innovation will come. But I think there's sufficient proof point that is actually a clear topic to consider as well.
Oh, thank you. And whilst we're on the subject of artificial intelligence, would you be able to, you probably touched on a few things there, talking about agents, etc., but could you explain in a bit more detail SAP's AI strategy and how well this has been received by customers?
Yeah, no, more than happy to do so. So first and foremost, when we, 2 years ago, we're thinking about our AI strategy, we thought about what is the strengths of SAP? How do we differentiate? And the answer is with the business context, with applications, with business processes. And that led also to the decision that we actually want to partner on the technology side. We want to leverage the best and possible technology on this planet, from OpenAI, from Mistral to Anthropic, Cohere, Aleph Alpha, NVIDIA, AWS Bedrock, Google Gemini. We want to use all of the best technology, but our clear goal is to bring that into the context of the business, with business processes, business applications, and business data. That's what SAP is differentiating. Having said that, with a partner strategy on the technology, and with that a clear ambition to embed AI in our entire portfolio, embedded AI, because we fundamentally believe a modern enterprise application for sure should have embedded AI. It should not be something separate or specific. It should just be embedded in the product. It's just a natural part of the product. So we talk about embedded AI in all of our cloud applications, what we deliver. On top of that, as the second aspect, is with Joule, our digital co-pilot, we want to basically bring across the entire portfolio a harmonization of the experience. We want to deliver this digital co-pilot capabilities, but also this is actually our vehicle to drive agentic AI and multi-agentic systems, leveraging Joule fundamentally to bring all of our applications and non-SAP applications together from an AI aspect. So we have first embedded AI, we have second, we have Joule, which is spanning across the portfolio as a digital co-pilot and agentic system. And third, we have basically with the business technology platform an AI foundation with the Gen AI Hub, which we also deliver to our customers for custom-specific AI cases with fully secured, governed ways to drive AI, leveraging all of these LLMs I talked about that our customers can use in a protected and secure manner as well in this regards. So all of the integration to AI goes via the business technology platform. And that's fundamentally the 3 pillars of our strategy. And we for sure continuously strengthen each of these 3 categories. Like just at TechEd a couple of weeks back, we announced our SAP foundational tabular model, which we brought to the market, as well as our knowledge graph, which again further strengthens the capabilities to bring SAP business data into the context to AI to make it the most relevant, reliable, and responsible AI in the market.
Thank you. So, and one of the big things I talk to customers about, and I suppose one of the big challenges they see around the whole world of AI is having the right use case within their business, and trying to pick what's right, because there's so much out there. There's so many, I suppose, opportunities that you could just say, oh, let's put AI in, but why? And, so what are you seeing from customers on AI innovations and use cases from their perspectives?
I mean, we clearly see that our customers are happy that we provide all of these cases in embedded fashion. In that sense, embedded AI is resonating well. To give you a couple of examples, actually, I mean, what we clearly see is if you think about SuccessFactors, all the Gen AI cases we delivered as part of SuccessFactors, job description creation, goal creation, and the likes. And these are basically easy cases, but people get used to AI. And they trust then in AI when they see that it's working. And to build up trust in the enterprise context, in the business context, is super important, that people also use it for business critical topics. So if we just shipped the cash collection agent in Joule, and then for sure you talk different means, because in a cash collection case with the customer, you have a customer interaction, which is managed by an agent. You have all the information about the invoices, which you get from our S4 systems, and you need to bring all of that in a highly professional manner together. So there you need a different trust towards AI to really get the job done. And there you see we move into more complex scenarios where people also need to trust AI. In the meantime, we have more than 100 Gen AI cases delivered this year. By end of the year, or basically in 2 weeks from now, we will launch in total 1,200 skills for SAP Joule. So you clearly see how we accelerate the delivery of all of these AI cases. And here we have customers using our Joule for consulting and development skills to build new applications or to configure systems in an easy way is a good scenario. Or if you think about an automotive OEM leveraging our visual inspection actually to improve the quality in the production process. Or if you think about topics like audit fraud in Concur. So if you basically hand in a receipt for the travel expense, our AI will automatically detect if the food or drinks you had is actually fitting to this specific restaurant and area where you did that. Because we have so many receipts, millions of receipts around the globe, we can even make that specific in the area of London where you are, how expensive this drink or this food actually is. So for fraud detection, it's also an amazing vehicle. So we see really all the spectrum from visual inspection, fraud detection, user experience improvements, with code generation, configuration help. So you clearly see the spectrum is basically across all of the products of SAP in that sense.
Wow, that's quite amazing. And I'd just like to take a moment to go back to an earlier comment I made about coffees, and just a note for the UK SUG chair for when I enter my expenses, that really is a cappuccino, honestly. It's not an espresso martini. Please, yeah, you can check Costa Coffee don't do espresso martinis, honestly. But, okay, just from a customer services perspective, do you feel there are areas where SAP can still improve?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason why we did this board area, because we listened and learned from our customers. And the feedback from our customers is clear. The services portfolio is not clean enough in that sense. We have overlapping services partially. So the services portfolio is something where we need to adjust also in favor for our cloud strategy and helping our customers on these business transformations in each industries. So the service portfolio is something where we do a harmonization. The second thing is how we engage with customers. There are currently multiple engagement teams on the customer side helping with parts of the portfolio. Like you have a dedicated TQM in this sense for your max attention portfolio, and you have a dedicated services partner perhaps for your consulting projects, or you have an so-called ECSM for your post-sale support. So we have different roles, and our customers tell us, hey, streamline the roles, have clear responsibilities in the customer engagement. So that's certainly number 2. So services portfolio number 1, the customer engagement roles and responsibilities certainly number 2, and better clarity. And then last but not least, with a charter from CSND, we need to help pave the way for new innovations. If we launch a new product, we need to be at the forefront to make the first customer successful, even perhaps hopefully prior to the launch, to have reference customers in place. So this innovation spearhead is something where we need to take very seriously as well in this regard. So there are certainly the 3 topics where I have a big emphasis on improving the SAP capability. And you can be assured I will not rest any moment because we need to get better on those fronts. Absolutely.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I think, yes, if I just touch on the final element you mentioned there about customer case studies and getting customers on and having those case studies for other customers to see, I think that's a very important aspect of it. And as I mentioned earlier, I think especially in the UK, we like to see others that have done it first before taking that move. So that is a very, very important aspect. Thank you, Thomas. And just going back to, you mentioned there listening to customer feedback, and obviously feedback is an important aspect of the relationship between user groups and SAP. How important do you see is SAP's relationships with the user groups around the world?
I think for us, the user groups are absolutely essential. If you think about how the user groups bundle this customer feedback, it's an amazing channel for us to reach so many customers. To customer feedback on the one hand side, but also to leverage the user groups to enable all of these customers, because we evolve our portfolio, we evolve our strategy, we have new products, and in the end of the day, the user groups are for us the key vehicle also for enablement of our customers and partners. So user groups are absolutely essential, and I'm quite frankly very happy about all the user groups around the globe. I think they really make us better and stronger, and I appreciate that they challenge our strategy, because that's important for us to inform our next steps with listening into the user groups as well. And then for sure, in general, customer feedback is absolutely critical in our company. That's the reason why we also continuously try to improve the influencing channels and opportunities, but also quite frankly how, for instance, our product management organization is closer to the customers when they evolve their product strategies by each product, that we really stay ahead of the curve, what's happening in the industries in the market, to really help them dedicatedly maneuver. Also, I mentioned the sovereign cloud for the UK just earlier. I mean, we are getting informed by user groups about different needs for different industries, like regulated industries, public sector with different requirements, for instance, towards the cloud. And we for sure want to ensure that every industry and every customer can move with us together in the cloud. And if that means we need to invest into sovereign capabilities, that it's exactly what we need to do, that everybody can follow our strategy, and that's what we fundamentally did. So I think to net it out, user groups are essential for SAP. We are super proud about the relationship we have around the globe, and it helps us to make SAP better.
Well, thank you. And I've said it many times to lots of different people who I come in contact with, that I do feel that SAP is quite unique in that way, in the way it works with user groups around the world and actually listens to that feedback and engages in topics. I mean, I go back to 2008, enterprise support, the engagement in things like that, I think is quite unique. Do you feel it is a differentiator from other software providers?
100%. I actually believe the user groups in the entire SAP community is a very special one. And only with that community, we as a company can succeed. I guess it was a secret sauce for SAP to stay in the market where we are because of that, quite frankly. So no, I would agree. Without the community, it would not work. No.
Thank you. As we come to a close now, Thomas, I just thought I'd like to ask you, where would you like to see SAP in the next 12 to 18 months?
as we are in the middle of Q4 now, for sure the focus is Q4, but just kidding aside. No, I think we can be, first of all, very proud about the transformation which we did the last 4 years. We really truly became a cloud company. We evolved our product portfolio, that we really have now an AI first, suite first approach, that we did the integration, the new UI and all of that stuff. And from that foundation, to your point, we now can go to the next level. And here in 12 to 18 months from now, I truly hope that all of our customers in the cloud embrace AI, see the benefits of AI, the value of AI, that we see that actually with SAP and how we go to the market, how we engage with our customers, can further accelerate the innovation adoption of our products. And that's what I would love to see, that we can really together take it higher. And will be exciting to see how we make actually AI a reality, that the people see it in productive use, and that we fundamentally, hopefully in 18 months, can look back and say, AI is a reality. And it is not just a POC topic or a marketing topic, but that you really see it's delivering value. And fundamentally with that, hopefully ensure that across the globe, we see more growth in the respective GDPs. And I also hope that in 18 months from now, with using AI, we significantly can improve the carbon footprint and improve sustainability along the lines. And I would love to see commentary actually in the press that they don't talk about how energy intense AI is, but actually how AI can help reduce the carbon footprint in the supply chain significantly smartly. And with that, the net effect of AI is actually contributing positively to our sustainability goals in the society. And that's what I truly believe, and I hope that we join forces to make that work.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for that. However, just a dream of the media reporting positively is, let's hope that can become a reality, because the media tends to not like positivity. They like to keep us in that depth of negativity.
But I think as a society, we're at a point where hopefully we need more optimism in this world.
We do.
We have sufficient challenges. And I'm a positive guy, and I hope that more people think positively and optimistically. And that starts also with the media landscape. But I'm confident that step by step, we're now at the right moment.
Oh, fantastic. Thomas, thank you. Thank you very much for your time, for your insight, and for being with us today. I really do appreciate you joining us on the podcast.
No, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. Thanks.
Wonderful. And to our listeners, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and found it valuable. Please make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss any of our future episodes. And until the next time, stay safe, stay well, and stay positive.